Hi there, welcome back to the Football Spy Show, sponsored by our friends at the car giant Renault. Things are starting to hot up in the summer transfer window, so let's get straight into our first transfer round. And will he or won't he? So Alex Ferguson says he's not in for the Inter Milan midfielder Wesley Sneijder, but although some people are reporting it, very few believe him. Ferguson, remember, is the man who told us earlier this year that he was not going to sign the Atletico Madrid keeper David De Gea, and he signed him last month. So we're not going to do too much about that, but we are going to go into some of the developing stories as we spin you through a few more. Sky Sports, they say that Aston Villa have agreed a fee with Manchester City for the keeper Shay Given. Lots of reports in the Italian press are suggesting Liverpool are about to get Alberto Aquilani off their hands, with Fiorentina waiting in the wings. The Brazilian sports newspaper The Lance is reporting not only that Corinthians are insisting that they won't raise their offer of £37 million for Carlos Tevez, they're also claiming that Juventus have made a £45 million bid, which is interesting because Sky Sports are reporting that they haven't. The Press Association, they say Aston Villa have stepped up their interest in the winger Charles Nzogbia by submitting a £10 million bid. The Argentina forward Sergio Aguero has been talking at the Copa America. He's insisting that he'd be happy moving to England or staying in Spain, but he's made it clear that his future lies away from Atletico Madrid. If that's not the green light for Man City, I don't know what is. Sky Sports News reporting that the right back Lucas Neal is considering offers from 3 Premier League clubs. He's at Galatasaray. And in our own paper, the Daily Mirror, Carlton Cole, he's snubbed Stoke because the chairman, Peter Coates, has questioned his injury record. One more for you. Sky reporting this lunchtime that Stoke looking at that striker who doesn't score goals, Cameron Jerome, as a replacement. Time for your messages, and thanks for all the nice things that you've been saying. They're all very much appreciated. A couple of you said on Wednesday that you'd happily drive Cesc Fabregas to the airport to put an end to his soap opera with Barcelona. So I asked you which other players that you would drive to the airport, and we've been inundated. In our emails, spy@mirror.co.uk, Mike Red wants to take Almunia, Squillaci, Denilson, Bentner, Rosicki, Ibui and Diaby, all from London Colney to Heathrow. Marvin Australia agrees with all that. On YouTube, Ian32K is a Spurs fan. He says that I'd happily drive Crouch, Keane, Defoe, Pavlyuchenko, Palacios, Bentley and Gomez to the London airport. That's enough players to fill a minivan, so I guess Defoe would have to sit in the trunk. Luke M says, I would happily drive Carlos Tevez to the airport. I'd even row him in a boat to Brazil. Lots of you have inundated Dan Ferdinand. He's operating our Twitter feed. Matt Tipley says here, Milan Jovanovic to the airport. He's useless. Peter Doherty's clearly a Spurs fan. He says here, Hutton, Bentley, Jenner, start the car. Slick as a dog says, I'd drive Victor Anichebe to the airport, or a ferry terminal, or even a National Express station. And PSN Matty's an Aston Villa fan. He says, I'd drive Stuart Downing to the airport for £20 million. We also debated on Wednesday whether or not Sneijder should be on the same wages as Rooney at United. Apparently Rooney's contract dictates that he should be the higher earner. Charles Chuck thinks that's right. He says Rooney's more useful and he's also younger, but Monkey Bob disagrees. Sneijder does it for country as well, unlike Rooney. XX Midget XX says Sneijder hasn't proven himself in the Premier League. I'm not quite sure what that means. He's won the title in 3 other countries. And on our email, spy@mirror.co.uk, I like this from Goran in Sweden. He says if United get Sneijder, he should be the highest earner. Much better than Wayne. More skills, more experience and a better player. But Wayne is English, meaning that the price-talent ratio is completely bonkers. Goran makes another really good point here, actually, because he says when you look at all the overpriced English players in the Premier League, Bolton won £18 million for Cahill, even though he's only got a year left on his contract. Oh, please. Why would you spend that when you could pick up Per Mertesacker, who's at least twice the player, from Werder Bremen for half of that? Just on that, I asked you how much you think Cahill should go for. You'll Never Walk Alone, MJ says £11 million. Charles Forever says 12, Kamisi says 13, and SAPC Guy says £8 million. More transfer rumours for you, and Sky Sports reporting that Blackburn are close to signing the striker Mariano Pavone. In our own Daily Mirror, Everton want the Real Madrid midfielder Sergio Canales. Go to the Mirror Football website for a video on the 15-year-old Wycombe wonder kid Jordan Ebay. Sir Alex Ferguson understood to be sending scouts to watch him in action at the weekend for his club in a pre-season friendly. The Daily Star say Juventus want to sign Dimitar Berbatov. The Times say that Blackpool want the Birmingham midfielder Barry Ferguson. Aston Villa, they've made an approach for Sean Wright-Phillips at City. That's in the Times. The Mail say that Spurs ready to resume their interest in Emmanuel Adebayor. He's at City too, as you know. In the Mirror, Newcastle accepted that left-back Jose Enrique is on his way. He's 25 and, as you know, Arsenal and Liverpool very interested indeed. The Leeds winger Max Gradel, he could be about to fall massively on his feet with a move to the French champions Lille. They're in the Champions League next season. Fulham and Leeds also wanted, but I know which club I'd be choosing if I were him. And the Sun, they say that Harry Redknapp is insisting Luka Modric will stay at Tottenham, which means Chelsea haven't yet bid enough money. Right now, before we move on, a couple of years ago we had a really good fun segment where you sent me your pictures from around the world. Well, on Wednesday we got this picture from Paul Murphy, who lives in Denmark. It's of his wife and his baby girl Emma, and he's actually standing outside the house of Hans Christian Andersen. I kid you not. I'm going to read a bit of the email that he sent me. It says here, "Hi Darren and the Football Spy team. A few summers ago when I started watching the show, you asked for fans to get photos of themselves at landmarks in town, cities of their countries. And I always wanted to send you one, but I never got round to it. I haven't seen many people sending in their photos this year, and so I got my cousin, Christine McCook, to help take a photo. I think it's got everything in it that you asked for, and I hope many other people you will see my photo and start to send theirs in too, as it was a great idea that you had." Thanks for that, Paul. If you'd like to send your picture in like Paul has done to tell us how much you like Football Spy, then feel free. Remember not to endanger yourself, of course, or anyone else when you're taking your pictures. But get them in and we'll get them onto the show. Now, keep your competition entries coming in as well. We want you to tell us which Premier League team will sign the most players this summer. All we need is a team and, of course, the country that you're writing in from. The shirt of your choice if you get it right, and we pick you. But that's it for another week of Football Spy. We're back on Monday. I'll see you next time.